we are forgetting ourselves to see, what is inside us. Because inside, we do have a great discriminating power, intellect to tell us we are not able to access it, because we are continuously on to this. How to bring us into the journey of the our internal journey, which is very important, for which we have come into this world. We have forgotten that. That's what all the great masters have told us in different way. So we will be seeing this in the forthcoming session. And as we commence the session, and we would request you to, you can give your views and you can give your questions, whatever you want, you can let us know either through chat or through, you can also ask directly, and if the chat, if you want to give it in chat, that is also good. If you have got anything else also, you can always get in touch with me. With this, we will be commencing the session proper. And welcome everyone. Welcome Sandhya madam. Hope everything is well with you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Everything is fine.
Sorry, I think we met on January 12th, and it is July 12th, exactly 6 months. And
wow.
A lot of water has flown down, and of course, we are everything for good. And I think we have been asked to.
So how are you, sir? That is what I wanted to ask you. With hi, Vidya.
Yeah.
You're perfectly. Hi. I'll shift some. Okay. You're perfectly, absolutely normal. Means, of course, you're not going to go against doctor's wishes. But then I was looking forward to those recordings you were saying. So, you said you'll record and post. And then after 2 or 3, then you didn't. So I was like, okay, kya ho raha hai? So that is why I didn't disturb you much.
Yeah.
Because once I told people that, aisa, there is someone who takes lectures. So, what is Hinduism? Se shuru kiya unhone. So I was like, hold it. I don't know so much. I'll ask him and then get back to you. So the minute you say something, iska join karo, they start with the absolute basics. So isliye I said, okay, I will just, okay, I'll move this way.
Otherwise, how are the things with you, madam? And you are going out, or how are the things? You are mostly in Bombay.
Yeah. In Bombay, things are pretty cool. Nothing much.
Okay.
So there is no, there is always resurgence of some disease or the other in Bombay. But then now all that I do is in a supermarket or anything, I wear a mask. People look at me. That is why I stopped coloring hair. So that they look at you, hi, budhi hai. So old people behave weirdly. So I'm very happy. They let me be alone.
Okay.
That was good. So yes, sorry, I wanted to hear this recap of yours. Doesn't matter. You didn't record it till now, is it? Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Because I just started, because there are someone who had come on Facebook also. So one of my close friend, I was just giving the briefing. But anyway, we will commence the session proper, and we will give a sort of a brush up of a recap. As others will also be joining, because little late, because like Prabhu also will be joining us. I think they are all getting, because this is just, we are getting warming up, with our sessions now.
Yeah, true. That right. That's what exactly happened with me. I had to go to the bank, so I said I can't let that go. So
no, it's sure. Because it's important, madam. I think all the usual, the routine will have to be taken care of.
Yeah, no. So, but frankly enough, that's what I don't appreciate, because I feel it's insulting another's time. So that is why I personally, if someone says 2 o'clock, I should be there at 1:59. That's my that way. At least.
That is Bombay punctuality.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that is Bombay punctuality, I'm telling.
Yeah, that is Bombay. Yeah, very true. You're so right. We talk in train timings. No, I have to catch 7:42. 7:43, you lose the train. Sorry, sir. Now please continue. Okay. Yeah, so 5 senses you were saying. Okay. And Panchamahabhuta. So, but senses are correlated to these things, gunas, No, wait.
Yeah, basically senses are correlated to sensory perceptions. All the five
and
senses,
which are dependent on
tanmatras, sapta sparsha rupa rasa gandha. Because you are able to smell. The smell itself is and has got a separate entity. Because the smell itself is a very subtler thing. We have got a nose to smell because through the
that's
nose.
organ, huh?
Yeah, but the smell itself has got a separate entity in our scripture. It is subtler than the senses. The senses are the most subtle, like, because we have got the eyes, ear, mouth, nose, all those things are there. But then in the sensory perceptions are there different. Tanmatras, we call it. So when we evolve, what we evolve is from the senses, when we control the senses and all, it's not the controlling the senses. It is the sensory perceptions, because you should not be reacting. Supposing, you are fond of a particular dish. As you are walking, in your building, somewhere, you get the smell of the dish being made somewhere, your attention immediately goes. After all, because it is the instinct, because that immediately takes you there and all. So you don't get attached to the object. It is because of the sensory perception attached to the object. Supposing, if you are fond of, certain portraits or something like that, when you go and see, you may not be, there could be hundreds of portraits, but there could be particular portraits of, nature, which will be sort of attracting to you. You will go towards that, because that your eyes are getting attracted to that. In fact, yeah, you can tell me, ask me now.
You're attracted. See, I personally think that is because there are some memories attached to it.
Yes, but why that memory is not with everyone? Because you have that memory because you have passed some, something which is stored in your chitta. Correct. And then it triggers, because it triggers an attraction, because it is every object has got a tanmatra associated with that. When you are able to see that, because supposing, if you have a car, see, I may be having I think, very minimalistic Alto, because someone will be having a BMW. So because BMW will, of course, it will have all the attractions, it has got the make, it has got the quality, it has got all the features available and all. But then, if you really get into the sort of fundamentals of this, what is it made of? It is made of Panchabhuta. So it is also made of steel. It has also got the copper. It has also got the lithium battery is there. And he said, got all other plastic. It is also coming from my cracking petroleum. Everything is Prakriti has given. Everything has come out. If you go to the fundamental of every object, like us, ashes to ashes.
Okay, got it.
Finally, when you say, so then it is that. But when it is in the form has an attraction because that the sensory perception we have trained our senses to get attracted to that, because it has an attraction. See, for instance, let me tell you, it is an extreme example. Why there are so many girls and boys are there, but only one particular girl gets attracted to one particular boy, or one particular boy to one particular girl. Because you may find, suppose for the third person, it may appear that boys look so smart and how he got attracted to this girl. It may happen also. The other way around also. It is, because the sensory perception at that point of time, because scientifically they say at that point of time, your frequency, the pressure and everything. It happens and all. It happens, because we have been trained. Each one of us are having a metabolic process. It happens like that, because someone maybe, because let me give a very simple example. See, a person maybe who is smoking, he must be having the pleasure of smoking. See, when he inhales the smoke, and he must be enjoying it, because he is relaxing. Because why people go for smoking, because it gives them some sort of a relaxation and peace of mind so that they are able to proceed. But the person who is not smoking, who is by the side, for him it is awful. He can't stand the smoke, and how come this fellow is not minding others and still he is smoking? That's how we call it. But same, but of course, the cigarette is same and the smoke is same. But how we relate, because we have got our perceptions, we have trained our thing, that makes one person very happy, the other person it is detestable. It happens in both ways and all. the things existing as it is. It is basically, when we come into Vedanta and all, how we have to relate to the things which is existing in the world. We will not be able to change the world. The world will be like that. Smokers will be there, cigarette will be produced, and wherever you go, pollution will be there. Even you will have, because all the gandagi will be there, because your dirty water will be flowing through when the rain is there. And the city will get flooded, because all our cities are designed, we are over. In fact, we are breaking in seams everywhere and all. No one can do anything about it. But then, because then we go about it somewhere, we try to adjust, because the mind slowly, initially we would have detested everything. Now we have accepted, look, it's part of life. So it happens like that. But slowly when you are able to do that, accepting whatever comes in the way, and then you are able to try to find how to ward off, because if you are getting a smoke or something like that, you will try to keep, certain things. And in the house, you see, you get a fresh air. You don't try to get into, the pollution. You put exhaust fan, you use whatever is there and all, because there are so many varieties of equipments have come to, we go for that as it is. It's not that, we'll have to go for that. And when we want to find, the place of comfort where we can peacefully stay and think about it and all. So all these things are happening despite, because whether we like it or not. See, our liking or not is doesn't come in the way of the world. The world goes about its in own way. But if we are complaining about the world, this is how it is happening, it was not so, we will not be able to either, make ourselves happy or other person will be happy. So if possible, because if there is a sort of environmental issue is there, and if there is a group, which is attending to these environmental issues, let us become part of the group and contribute whatever we can and whatever we try to do, because that's how, because when we are happy, we will be making the society also will be happy, and we ourselves will be happy to the extent possible. So nothing is, in our means. But then basically, the thing is, there cannot be any judgment and complaint on the things. The way of the world will be, we will have to see either we accept and adjust, or you keep away from the things, which in which you will not be able to do anything at all. There is no point in bothering about why such a person, some person is talking like this. It is not the way to talk. But we will not be able to change his mind. But we will be able to change ourselves, because our ability to hear what we want and not to hear, because you discard whatever is there. Because you will not be able to take every rubbish into you, because you are not you have got some purity in you. You want to keep your purity. Without taking that, you don't give any attention to that. So you will not be forming any judgment on that person or anything like that. You will not be able to change the world, but you will be able to change your perception, your way you live, and how you can relate yourself to the world. That's what you can do that.
So basically, I can be with, it's like a lotus concept, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, what you said is, yeah, in fact, what you said is in scriptures, they say, Padmapatra Drishtanta, they say. Padmapatra Drishtanta is like a lotus. We are, because in the entire, if you are able to live like a lotus, in the chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, you are fully absorbed. So you will not be bothered about anyone talking ill of you. Even someone praises you to the sky high, you will not take it, because because you know who you are, what you are. You don't have to be praised by someone. But at the same time, you will be going about your own way, how you will have to do it. But it is very difficult thing, all said and done, because what we are trying to do is it's a work in progress for all of us. In our situation, each one of us are in a different stage of work in progress. None of us are perfect. The perfection is not possible. In our scriptures, the perfection is the continuous road. That's why we had that concept of the entire body is like a chariot, and the mind, intellect is the one which is discriminating, holding the reins, and the reins are the one which is keeping the senses on leash. And if it is able to keep the leash and not control, because you just allow it to go, because horses will have to run, but it will have to run at a constant speed. All the five senses will have to run in tandem. They will have to synchronize their movements so that the entire, the chariot, can run. So this is exactly, you are able to do it in the sense that you have got a balance, because the fine balance that has to be achieved. You will not be able to discriminate, discard, detest and all. At the same time, you don't have to accept every rubbish also, but you will try to be unattached. You will be trying to be unaffected. You will be able to float through any situation and all. See, it could happen in organization also, because somewhere you will find politicking will be there. Without politics, organizations, hardly, because if two persons are there, there will be three politics will be there. That is the concept. Each one has an individual politics and collectively they will try to work against someone. So this is a human being. It is all, we are all, we are all defensive elements. We always keep, we want to deny ourselves, we want to show that we are existing. We want to assure that we are existing to our potential as we think. Still, we are not able to transcend, what is possible for us. We have got a very, very big possibility that we forget. But then at the moment we see what is immediately possible for you, because for you, you take a matrix of someone else's achievement. After all, we are all human beings. We always try to find someone, who has done, is being taken as a benchmark, and you try to go by that. But you may be capable of much better than, even bypassing that benchmark, going further. What happens is you are restricting yourself to. So you accumulate all those unwanted luggage, you keep you at that level. But once you leave the luggage, you go above. But how many people have got that? It needs lot of mental strength. It needs lot of openness. It needs lot of self-criticism. Self-criticism in the sense self-critic, because you will be able to see yourself, your fault, and try to correct it. Don't no one else to say. I used to have, certain, so I used to get up, always late in the morning, okay, let me try to do it, little earlier and see whatever is best. Maybe instead of, you don't have to get up by 4:30 and all, by 6 or 5:30, whichever is convenient to you, you try to do that. If you are able to find yourself more comfortable, you do that. That's what, each one of us will have to find. There is no one common parameter by which everyone can be measured and made to conform to be happy. The happiness index is something very different. That's why last January 12th, I remember to have quoted in Bhutan, in a small country, they have got something called the gross happiness index, not gross national product. Gross happiness index is there. In the sense, how much people are able to be, because they are able to be satisfied with, they are able to get what they want. That's all. Not that, more, because as long as you are able to satisfy the fairly large amount of the people, that's good enough. So even with the minimum resources, you will be able to achieve the maximum. So you will not be going after resources. Now what is happening, we are increasing the wants, expectations and all. Then, because they are not able to. Today you find the inflation is so high. In fact, because people may not be realizing in the down the line, the people who are living at the fringes, who are doing on a day-to-day basis, for them it is quite an ordeal. And I think we are thinking day on and day off. But then, because they are also just smilingly, they are withstanding the entire ordeal, and they are, because that is the mental strength. For us, because having achieved certain level of comfort, for us, the fear is, I should not have any less comfort. I should not have any discomfort. That is what yogatkshamam, what they say. So yogatkshamam is keeping what you are having and holding it so that, you always have that comfort and all. So that is a different, what happens in that, fear psychosis comes up. So if I lose, what happens? If I have I have a smaller house, what happens? A smaller house, because life can throw you into any situation. Life doesn't bother, after all the circumstances bother, because in the COVID, the 2 years, all of us were confined to our houses. We couldn't move at all. We had all the ambition to go out and see, but then only we had a little more ambition. When you are being restricted to your house, you think, I should have gone there, I missed this and all those things comes. After the pandemic is over, now it's a sort of it's avenging, everyone is going out everywhere, wherever they can, it is happening and all. Again, there is something or other happen, everyone is on to mask and all. So if the whole life has gone about in the same way, if you see in the earlier days, when we come into the house, we were not allowed to enter the house unless we wash our legs and hands clearly, and then only we come out with water and all. So it is a normal hygiene. We had that and all. They also had, and they didn't have all these things and all. They had only, they were using, all elements available in the house, and they were giving home remedies for everything. Cough and cold, was a common thing, and cough and cold is supposed to be good because your body is able to throw out, the toxin as and when it comes under. Now cough and cold immediately want to arrest it. So then you suppress, your ability of the body. So when you are trying to work against your metabolism, all these things happens. See, whatever has happened, because someone asked me, I think it's a very, very sort of a meaningful question only. Someone was saying, you were talking so many things and you were telling us so many things, why it happened to you and all. Yeah, because when I had gone for my bypass, he said, you have done so much, and what is that, I think, you have been supposed to be knowing better and accepted everything. Why did it happen to you? See, only one, we have to understand one thing, we are made of Panchabhutas. The Panchabhutas, all the 5 elements, if they are not in balance, something or other is bound to happen. That is, we might not have kept it in balance always through, because it throws out and it comes. But it has got the own ability to cure. It's not necessary you will have to go through the bypass. Anatomically, the arteries will find its own way and send the blood appropriately. Even it can do its own bypass. But it has not happened mainly because the metabolism has been intervened, because some accumulation of calcine, the cholesterol, that has come about, that has happened. The doctor, because see, even without that, without even the bypass, the people can survive. It's not that they can't survive. It may find its own way, but you will not have any patience, or you will not be following the discipline what you are supposed to do. So as long as it is a Panchabhuta, it can always get affected. So you see, even the great masters like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he had a throat cancer. He was not able to swallow. And one of his close, the companion was there. He was expressing, because it has become too difficult even to take few drops of water. So then one young monk, who was trying to get the knowledge from, who is Sharada Devi's Sishya, who wanted to get the knowledge from Paramahamsa, he was also hovering around. And he was asking, he was asking him, how do you find, and he was just asking him, the other person. And Paramahamsa was, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was sitting there and he also smiled at him. And he told the other person, he is not in a pain. He was in extreme bliss. He is happy. The happiness personified. So he told Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, when the other person was finding him to be having the cancer and he is not able to take even a few drops of blood and drops of water, to quench his thirst, this boy is telling, no, he is in extreme happiness. So that really is in the sort of people were wondering what is it. Then Ramakrishna himself answered, and he said it in classical Bengali. I think in Bengali it is more enjoyable to do. See, he has found me out. Irrespective of the fact he had a cancer and all, he was in bliss. He caught me, and that's what Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said. In the sense, it is a body is suffering, you are not suffering. So the concept that finally will have to come is, I am not this body, I am not these 5 elements. So it may happen to the body, and when it happens, yes, it has to be attended to. After all, through that only, you get the knowledge of this world you experience. Experience is what you learn from experience is what it gets into your chitta. The refined experience, the refined knowledge of what you experience, the learning what you do out of your experiences, that gets accumulated into your chitta. And that lives forever because you are permanent. Your soul is permanent. You are immortal. Like, the God is immortal, so is the soul is immortal. Because till such time, when there is something, a dissolution of the entire, the cosmos, universe, the soul still remains. But the soul has taken the different births. It has got thousands of births it has taken. That's why Durlabam Manushya Janmanam and Shankaracharya said, several crores of births we have taken to him. Because we might have been a polar bear somewhere, and we might have been eating, drinking, sleeping, and because that's what we are capable of doing at that point of time. But slowly when you evolve, slowly when you get accumulate, because you have been trying to be a good polar bear and you have been very sort of helpful to others in your little way. You can't be something like that. But over a period of time, you get the benefit of that and you learn how to live not only for you, for others. But when you do that, because then finally, you get the Manushya Janma, because you are entitled to get the benefit of it. We are like seedlings. See, every seed has got the potential, but it has to grow. It has to come like a small, it has to first come as a small, two leaves will come. Afterwards, it will come into a bigger tree, plant, and then it will grow into a tree. And once it becomes a tree, it will flower and gives the fruits or whatever it is capable of. The seed, when it grows, it will have to go through the metamorphosis of the entire thing. For us, so this is what, the one thing, in our scriptures beautifully they said, we have got four minds. The first mind is as soon as we are in the mother's womb, first few weeks, maybe less than 10 weeks, what you are having is the soul mind. The soul has been ordained to be coming into this earth and it has taken the seed to get the formation of a body here. Whether as a human body or some other body it is there. It is more applicable to the human body. Once you get that, it is common to everyone. Even for a lion or a cow, everything it is like that. First, it is a soul mind. But what happens to the human beings and the mammals and all, the next 2 to 8 weeks, it is a reptilian mind. You try to movement, you are able to see everything here and there, but you don't understand. But you are enjoying that. But after that, after reptilian mind, that is called, that's a limbic brain is coming. You are able to enjoy, the senses. When it comes through, because then you are able to get the sound, you are able to, because if your mother listens to good music or she herself a good singer, you get into that. So we might have seen in scriptures, because as the entire Pandava, all their children were killed. Only, because finally one person was saved was Parikshit. So who is the son of the Abhimanyu, who comes out of that, because his womb was protected from the Brahmastra of Aswathama. God protects it. When God protects, he says he was able to see that during the that limbic brain formation state, Parikshit was able to see someone is protecting it. So much of heat is there, with the Brahmastra. Someone but is getting it out and all. So he had the vision of the God even in the womb. That's why the Parikshit is considered to be one of the greatest soul. Because the entire Bhagavatam, the Saptaham, they say, 7 days Bhagavatam, it is being done as Sukha, the saint Sukha is reciting to Parikshit, that is being recited. Because he's such a big soul, even he has seen before coming out of the womb of his mother, he could feel he could see the God and he could feel the God. But he didn't understand it is the God, because God, you can't comprehend the God. You can apprehend, there will be some flashes will be there. In your lifetime, some miracle, you might have think which is not possible might have happened. And even, some incurable, even something, you thought you must be wondering, how it is going to end. Your disease might have been cured, even small sort of, the health issues might have been, warded off. All those things, these are all miracle only, but we don't take it as a miracle because we think, we are entitled to. It is our basic entitlement. It happens, it's not because of the entitlement, you deserve it, and it is being given by the grace of the God. So that is where exactly, because this entire in the concept of when it happens, the limbic brain, it is not, you are able to get that. Because I quoted Parikshit, but he was able to do that. And that's how he was considered to be in Bhagavatam. It is there in the 11th chapter. It is said how he felt it in the mother's womb. And that is what we are also, as a human beings, or the others will be getting. After that, the neocortex develops. after about, because 25 weeks or so, your neocortex when it develops, that is for the life. Then, you get into, because all these luggages, your fear, your defense, your wants, your expectations, your comforts, all those things get into that. So the four minds, but what we are doing in Adhyatma was, by going through, because we have got the neocortex and we have accumulated all the luggage, slowly we are getting back into the soul mind. From the neocortex, getting into the limbic and getting into the reptilian mind and getting past finally into the soul mind. That is Adhyatma. The saints who have achieved that, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Ramana Maharishi and all, they have gone to that stage. That is why they don't have any sort of, because no luggage is available to them, to be suffering in this world. For us, we have to give up. So because when we finally want the bliss, you will have to give up a lot of things what we have accumulated. That's what, because we are trying to do. Why we are not happy? Because we have got so many layers like onion. You will have to take the layer after the layer. Like a garlic, you will have to take the layer after layer. Finally, you will be taking, even, even the banana stem, because the banana flower, you will have to take, because every stem you will have to take out. Finally, you get, because the one which is inside, if you take it, it will be more tastier. I think unfortunately, because we don't have that benefit of knowing it and all, because we go by what is available externally into this. So this is where the entire thing has come. How we have go to the extent of getting and knowing as well as feeling that soul mind. That first few weeks we were in the mother's womb. Once you are there, because that is where you are utterly pure. Nothing is contaminated. You have not gained anything at all. This is exactly that we had. This is in our scriptures. Elsewhere it is there, and I have perhaps quoted long before. I just wanted to bring it because Adhyatma is not only knowing because you will give up everything and all. The Padmapatra, because Drishtanta, when you will be able to get is when you are unassailed by anything. See, even the close person, he tells you some words which may be a little bit of off the mark, which may be hurting to you. You will not mind, because it is the product of that mind, that chitta, and you will leave it at that. It is, you are not going to. So to come to that extent, they will say, then you are sort of, you are giving into everything and you don't know how to, you are not practical, that's what we will be told. But it's not, it is the wisdom of the highest. That's what our masters have demonstrated. So one of the things I will, before closing, I will try to do one beautiful sort of the quotation from Shankaracharya. Why we are getting into this Upanishad and all, they are all Shrutis. Shruti is the one, which has finally brought us, this entire knowledge. Because even whether you call it Brahma Sutra or Bhagavad Gita or all the Upanishad, they are all Shrutis. They are not written in any book. We don't have any Gospels. It has been heard, passed on from generation to forefathers to now. Our forefathers have heard. A lot of our forefathers have heard. Some of them, might have recorded somewhere. We don't know. In our villages, we go and find it. It is there. They have heard. And someone has taken the pain of finding out what are all those things and trying to find out which is available to us in the book form or in the digital form and all. Otherwise, it was only Shruti. In Shruti, what is happening? It cannot be contaminated. Even the diction can't be contaminated. Even the words can't be contaminated. It comes as that. You go and see the Veda recital anywhere and all, you will find why they are repeating certain things repeatedly, why they are stopping at that Anuswara and Upaswara and all is coming. Because they are all meant for that. When you are doing that, you are able to get the original Shruti as it is. And Shruti is like a mother. She gives, that's what Shankaracharya says. Shruti is like a mother. Love of the mother, of a mother, the scriptures, they have got so much of love for us. They have come in the form of Shruti. A mother, will always, irrespective of the fact whether you are a child or grown up or you are into the old age, she will tell what she wants to tell. She's not bothered, whether you are taking it. Otherwise, you may not. You may think, I am so grown up. Why she is telling like that and all? Because she has got your own welfare in the mind. She nothing else but when selflessness that is there. Your father may tell you once or twice, if you listen to that, he may. Otherwise, you will leave it. Rest is you. I have done whatever my job. हमारा धर्म तो हमने पालन किया. आप जो करना कर दो, छोड़ देगा. But mother is not like that. That's why Shankaracharya quotes mother is he has written something called a Matru Panchaka. In fact, I have shared it in Facebook also. He has promised his mother, even after taking his sannyasa, wherever he is there, he will come and do the last rites for her. But when he came, his mother has already passed away. So he wrote Matru Panchakam. It's 5 verses. I have shared it in the website. I have also shared it in the Facebook and all. Next session, I will explain on that. He says, I gave a word to you. He gave his word to his mother because when he wanted to take his sainthood, his mother didn't permit. You are the only son. How can I allow you to take? And you have to take me to all the kshetras, to Kasi and other places. How can I allow you? So then what happened, because it is also sort of, it happened because Shankara also wanted that way. A crocodile came when he was taking bath and took his feet into its mouth. He told his mother, unless you give me permission, it will not leave. So it is some sort of, he sort of coaxed his mother to give permission. And finally he took the sainthood. But he gave one promise. Whatever happens, I will come and do at the last minute, I will be with you and I will do all the samskaras. But once he takes the sainthood, he is not supposed, he can worship his mother, but he has got no right to do it. He can't do that. So that's what, the situation at that time. When Shankara, when he came to know his mother has passed away, he rushed. When he rushed back, and people said, you are a saint, you are away, you are apart from all these things. You are not like us. You should not do, because one of us will do and all. He said, no, I have given a word to my mother, I will do. And he was boycotted by the entire community at that point of time. Let us face, because if a person has got the conviction of a wisdom, conviction of the knowledge, he should be able to stand by any such circumstances, vicissitudes that comes in his way. Shankaracharya stood his ground. Look, I have given the way, I will do it. Because it's not that, I may be a saint, I should not be doing, I understand, but I have given a word, I will have to keep it there. At that point of time, he composed Matru Panchakam, telling, he said, how much you must have undergone when I was in your womb, how much you have suffered once I come out to keep me, alive and brought me up to this level. I am not able to do anything in return. And then even at the last minute, you have fed me with all the grains and all the ghee and all. I was not able to give, he says, I was not able to give even the dry grains to you at the last moment, which normally we do. So I was not able to do it. And mother, and you, because for all these things, I hope, you will be able to forgive me, but I am doing as planned. So when he was boycotted by the entire society, he was not getting even the logs to burn his mother. So what he did, he just cut all the banana trees, banana stems. If you know the banana stems, they are all wet. They can't be burnt. You can't use it, for, but Shankaracharya did. Because with his power, the power of his siddhi, he could do that. Finally, he gives salvation to his mother and he kept his word. It is in these circumstances he wrote this Matru. In fact, I have shared it on Mother's Day, and a lot of people, of course, they didn't know it and also they appreciated it. All. We will be talking about it because I am telling that because what he said is Shruti is like a mother. See, God could not reach everyone. He is sitting in everyone's heart. He is in our heart. But we are not able to realize because we have got so many things, to be gone through. and to realize him. So what he did, because he says, in view of that only God has created mothers. So mothers can give the touch of love which God otherwise would be given. So he gives, therefore God is always the one who gives love. Lord of the love, language of the Lord is love, and I think, because he only always keeps you in that way only, irrespective of religion or gospel and all. The law of the Lord is love, and language of the Lord is silence. Silence is just nitidhyasana, reflecting yourself into, because what is that understanding, because what is this, at this moment, what am I to do? The mindfulness at that point of time, not having anything. There is no tomorrow or there is no next moment. In this moment, what am I to do? So you will be doing the best, because what is the purpose? Finally, everything what is created in the world has got an end. When the end comes, we will, at the Dylan Thomas has said, if you have seen the Interstellar, slowly ebbing into the silence of the moon. It is like that. So when you come, you've done that, because after all, you are just discarding this body, and because you've got something destined to do. And whatever you accumulated is already stored in your treasure trove of chitta. It is not going to be waste. And you are going to get the benefit of it, as and when you are being manifested in a different form. So that is how, because you've got always the work in progress of elevation to the highest level. That's why life is a journey. You enjoy every moment of the journey. It's not the destination. We are not going to be, because we know Swarga, we know redemption and all. It's not that, that will come when it is due. But till then, because let me do that, because in Tamil, there are a lot of alvas, Visishtadvaita. They say, don't give us redemption. You give us the human birth. Let us suffer. By suffering, we will be able to serve you. Otherwise, we will not be able to serve you, because they are all, Visishtadvaita believe in serving the God. Serving the God in the sense, serving the God's creation and doing the service to him, like ISKCON, whatever they do. They do it, like that. That is becomes the sort of a way of life. I think next week we will see, because we just had the brief, whatever we have discussed, a recap of that. We will close this and we will have a small meditation. I brought a meditation. We will have the meditation. Perhaps we will repeat the meditation next week also. Sahana vavatu, sahanau punaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विश्विदावहैः। ओम शांति शांति शांति।